Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for taking the time to hear from me today. My name is David Esteen, and like you, I care deeply about creating a future where every child, regardless of zip code, income, or circumstance, has access to meaningful learning opportunities. Right now, we are facing a critical and often overlooked crisis in education, the widening gap in reading fluency between wealthy students and students from low income communities. According to state level literacy data, students in affluent neighborhoods are significantly more likely to read fluently by third grade, while half of the fourth grade students in under resourced schools are scoring below basic. Once that reading gap widens early, it becomes incredibly hard to close. Students who struggle with reading fluency early on face long term consequences, lower confidence, limited access to advanced coursework, and increased risk of falling through the cracks. This leads me to my big problem. How might we design a learning experience that empowers marginalized students to build reading fluency through active, meaningful, and self directed learning just as effectively as their more affluent peers? To address this issue, I'm grounding my approach in cognitivism, a learning theory that centers on how the mind organizes, stores, and retrieves information. Cognitivism reminds us that learning isn't about memorization or repetition. It's about helping students make sense of information through mental structures, strategies, and meaningful processing. Key cognitivist concepts such as schemas, mental structures that help us make sense of the world, information processing, when learners take in information, organize it, and store it for future use, metacognition, which refers to thinking about thinking, and transfer of learning, which happens when learners apply what they've learned in one context to another. All help guide this work. Students learn best when they have opportunities to connect new knowledge to what they already know, use strategies to monitor their thinking, and practice applying skills across different contexts. Cognitivism also aligns with the idea of self directed learning, where students build autonomy, reflect on their progress, and engage actively with tasks that stretch their thinking. Connor Edsall emphasized a similar idea. He argued that real learning, whether for scientists like Michael Faraday or for the Wright brothers, emerges when people try, experiment, and live the learning experience. His message is clear. Passive exposure is not enough. Learning must be active, intentional, and experiential. That's exactly what our students need with reading. We can't expect students to become fluent readers by simply being told to practice more. They need structured strategies, purposeful engagement, and guided opportunities to apply reading skills, just as cognitivism recommends. My innovative solution is something I'm calling the Cognitivist Reading Experience, a flexible after school program built specifically to strengthen reading fluency for students in marginalized communities. This reading experience would operate like a literacy makerspace, blending strategy instruction with autonomy, practice, and hands on engagement. Students would rotate through targeted learning stations designed around cognitivist principles. Schema building stations, where students connect new vocabulary to familiar concepts through semantic mapping and visual organizers. Information processing practice, using chunking, modeling, and fluency rehearsals with personalized feedback. Metacognitive journals, where students track their growth, set reading goals, and reflect on which strategies help them succeed. Student choice reading corners, promoting autonomy and intrinsic motivation by allowing students to select texts that reflect their interests and cultural backgrounds. This structure is rooted in the fundamental cognitivist belief that students must actively process information, not passively consume it. Like Edsall's examples of self taught innovators, students will learn by doing, experimenting, adjusting, and practicing in real time. This approach honors their lived experiences while giving them the cognitive tools to break through fluency barriers. With the right environment, the right strategies, and the right support, marginalized students can become confident, capable, and independent readers. To bring the cognitivist reading experience to life, we need a few key resources: a dedicated learning space on campus equipped with leveled books and manipulatives, funding for reading specialists, paraprofessionals, and trained volunteers, technology such as tablets or Chromebooks for digital reading tools, materials for fluency stations such as graphic organizers, journals, timers, headsets, and high interest texts. And finally, ongoing professional development so staff can apply cognitive strategies consistently and effectively. These resources directly influence the success of the experience by creating an environment where cognition, engagement, and autonomy can thrive. While these circumstances may appear to only impact marginalized groups, it's important to recognize that less than 20% of fourth graders in California are considered proficient or advanced. This presents an opportunity for academically gifted students to enhance their skills through the cognitive reading experience. Today, I'm asking for your support to make the cognitivist reading experience a reality. Whether through funding, materials, partnerships, or community advocacy, your investment will directly transform the reading lives of students who need it most. Together, we can break the cycle of inequity and create a learning experience where every child, regardless of income, can read with confidence, fluency, and pride. Thank you for your time, belief in education, and willingness to make a meaningful impact. I value your support and eagerly anticipate partnering with you to bring this vision to fruition. Thank you.